The build specifics holds all of the project build specifics items. Here you will find all of the supplies selected for your project as well as project tasks items. Category navigation and actions are all the same as in survey page. If you haven't watched the survey tutorial, please do that. We are not covering the functionality explained there. The only difference here is that category notes and category working notes buttons are disabled. Only in survey you can create and modify notes. The category content is filled with its data items, and these are a few types: variable input with a value of some number, project task item, or an option box with multiple choices. Variable inputs typically are used either for some dimension, such as materials mix ratio, item quantity, or can represent costs of an item sourced elsewhere. For example, ratio could be used in calculating the amount of ballast and cement used in concrete based on what size of a ballast bag you chose: jumbo, 25 or 40 kilogram bag. One thing to note, there are many cases when the same item is used throughout the project in different tasks and stages. We recommend to make sure the selected item is the same throughout. This way waste will be minimized. To illustrate, screws can be used in a variety of applications, but it makes sense to use just a few sizes of screws from the same supplier. For example, use 5 by 70 mm screws for constructing floor timber framework, as well as roof timber carcass. Some of the option boxes with multiple choices act as a search filter to get the final required supply item. These will perform in the same way as those in survey. Those that contain a list of choices for materials may have a variable input field next to them. This input is for a quantity only. Quantity here is not recalculated by the app. Please pay attention to how many units of the item is sold for the given price. Materials options box can be expanded in two ways. Clicking on the input field will expand it as normal list, while clicking the button on the right side of the input will display a drawer with items details and images. You can select an item from the list within that drawer. The project task items are used for calculating the labor costs and durations of each task as well as duration of the whole project. Each task item can be used either as priced per unit or priced per hour. Switching between these modes allows you to change the duration and cost of the task per unit. Cost of the task unit will affect the project costs, while duration of the task unit will affect the Gantt schedule, commonly known as building program, block length, duration of the schedule task. We recommend setting all of these tasks within modules and templates appropriately as soon as you start using the app. Some of the items may have a green arrow indicator on the left side. This means that the item has some button actions attached to it. Swipe to the right the item and these actions will be revealed. The first button is for editing the name of the item, same as in survey. The other two buttons are clone and delete. These are disabled in survey. The clone button action is useful when you need a similar but different building materials item added. Some of these items may have filter options attached. All of the filter options will also be cloned. Most often cloned materials items will have an input box. Enter the quantity required of that item. Delete button action will delete the cloned materials item and all of its filter options, if any. Note that original items cannot be deleted.